If there's one man who deserves to wear the crown of organized crime, it's El Chapo. The notorious Mexican drug lord ruled one of the deadliest drug cartels of all time. Due to the bloodshed involved in the highly organized drug trafficking, the cartel named Sinaloa Cartel also got the name Blood Alliance. El Chapo was moving huge amounts of dope across international borders like never before. That too absolutely undetected, all the way from Mexico to the US. Not only this, he was also a mastermind at disappearing from prison. So, how did El Chapo keep the American DEA on its toes? Keep digging to know more, because it all started with digging. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, Legendary Figures, for more exciting videos. How it all began. It all started with a poor family living on a farm in Mexico. One of the children had very big dreams. He would make paper money, count them endlessly, and stack them in piles. At only 9 years of age, he was out on the town streets selling his father's cocaine stash. This child would grow up to be none other than our very own crime king El Chapo. To one's astonishment, El Chapo is actually a celebrated icon among the Mexican people. He is praised for his hard work in climbing all the way to the top of the drug business. One can find his photo on t-shirts, and weirdly enough, there's a culture of burning a joint in the drug lord's honor. The Mexican president even shook his mother's hand. The world itself is in the wonder of his elaborate underground cross-border narco routes. El Chapo's tunnels for drug trade. Unlike heroin, which is light, odorless, and can easily be transported in vehicles, marijuana is bulky and has a very strong smell that can be sniffed out instantly. Above ground, the border between the two countries is marked by a tall, heavily guarded fence. To a layman, it would seem impossible to do any kind of legal activity under such a watchful eye of the law. But El Chapo looked at this as only a challenge waiting to be quashed. In 2010, authorities discovered a jaw-dropping tunnel system stretching from Mexico to the US. This was El Chapo's way of secretly moving tons of marijuana across the border, right under the law authorities' feet. Building one of such tunnels takes more than 2 years and millions of dollars. But it's worth the effort because of the billions of dollars coming in from the resulting drug sales. The US authorities have marveled at this engineering feat as the most elaborate smuggling tunnel network to be ever uncovered. A total of 200 tunnels were discovered. Amazingly, they were more than 70 feet deep and could not be detected by any kind of technology. These burrows were wide enough for tons of drugs to be transported and were fitted with impressive ventilation and lighting systems. How did someone like El Chapo build such a complicated architectural arrangement? It has to be said, El Chapo knew his way to employ influence and intimidation to get his way around the business. His motto was, it's either a bribe or a bullet. If someone can't be bought, they must be, well, killed off. That and the fact that he had his own band of engineers. The lead engineer, Jose Sanchez Villalobos, planned, financed, and supervised multiple cross-border tunnels. He is currently serving 10 years in prison for a drug distribution conspiracy. We will discuss 2 major tunnels in this video. Both were located in Ate Mesa. This area was chosen for 2 reasons. One, for its soil, a mixture of volcanic ash and clay. The land was just at the perfect distance from the sea on one side and the San Isidro Mountains on the other. This meant it was neither too damp nor too rocky. It was perfect for holding up tunnel excavations. The second reason was that the industrial area above meant lots of noise, masking the massive underground drug operations beneath. The first tunnel was discovered on November 25, 2010. It stretched for 2,200 feet, starting at a house in Tijuana and exiting at a warehouse on Marconi Drive in Alpharetta, Georgia. The passage was noted for its sophisticated rail system, wooden flooring, and ventilation. The second tunnel was found in November of 2011 at a warehouse in Cal de Linea, San Diego. US authorities said that this one was even more complex. Officials seized 15,000 kilograms of marijuana inside the warehouse and an additional 10,000 kilograms from a trailer truck that had loaded up and driven off to California. Initially, in the 1980s, cocaine was transported to the US through the Caribbean route. But for the next 2 decades, US authorities orchestrated a lot of major crackdowns on the land. This was a breakthrough for El Chapo's business, since all the drugs were now moving to the US through his hometown Sinaloa. Of course, over time, his trade expanded all over the world, earning him millions of dollars, as well as a bounty over his head for being the most wanted drug trafficker of all time. Tunnels for prison escape. El Chapo's obsession with tunnels was not only limited to drug trades. He also employed these freeways to break free from prison and run away from authorities. In 2001, Concealed in a laundry basket, he escaped from the Puente Grande prison and took shelter at a safe house. Soon enough, the law authorities ambushed the safe house, but he was nowhere to be found. Where had he disappeared? Well, he had fled through a secret tunnel, the mouth of which was located underneath a bathtub in his bathroom. However, in 2014, he was caught again and confined in the maximum security Altiplano prison. In the video recording of his cell, El Chapo can be seen walking calmly towards the shower in a corner and then just disappearing into thin air. How did he manage to do that? Of course, he had his army of criminals build him an escape tunnel from a nearby warehouse to the shower in his cell. Descending down this conduit, El Chapo used an already planted motorbike as his getaway vehicle, and in under 10 minutes, he was free once again. Sheesh, Houdini got nothing on this guy. This escape of El Chapo from Altiplano was a humiliation for the Mexican government. It also meant more violence in the country and a lot more drugs smuggled into the US. There was great pressure to recapture the kingpin and extradite him to America. On the 8th of January, 2016, Mexican Marines broke into the safe house where El Chapo was hiding, leading to a very bloody gun battle. 5 of his men were killed and 1 Marine was injured. But the trickster again managed to flee through another tunnel in the building into the sewer system. To his dismay, he was caught coming out of a manhole in the streets. This was the final straw for the drug lord. He was sent to the US, where he is currently standing trial. Most likely, a life imprisonment sentence awaits him. Law enforcement is now more vigilant than ever about El Chapo's prison security, going so far as to block the Brooklyn Bridge when he was being moved to court. They are not wrong for being overly watchful, owing to his previous records and the fact that he had a whole criminal team to plan out multiple escape plans in case their leader was ever captured. While the rest of the drug traffickers are hard at work, the kingpin is back in his cell. For now, who knows? He might just be plotting his next escape. It seems quite rightful to call El Chapo the king of tunnels. What do you have to say about his maneuvers to ditch the authorities? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos.